We used two of the most advanced AI models to create two characters. We will put them face to face. Their arguments will be evaluated by 5 independent AI models across multiple criteria, scored from 0 to 100. This is AI Debates. How does debt stress affect mental health?
Look, nobody's saying debt stress is fake. Six-figure loans hanging over your head can absolutely crush people. Anxiety, depression, sleepless nights, the works. I get it. Real borrowers have told me it feels like a life sentence. But here's the part nobody says out loud. Most of that stress comes from the choices and the system, not just the balance. Picking a private school at 4 times the cost, stacking a master's on top, choosing low-earning majors while knowing the bill. Those decisions create the panic. Cancellation might give temporary relief, like a strong painkiller, but it doesn't cure the disease, and it addicts the next round to even bigger doses. Fix the root: cheaper schools, honest information, skin in the game for colleges, and the stress largely disappears before the loans are even signed. Mental health matters. That's exactly why we shouldn't keep handing out financial opioids that feel great today and wreck tomorrow. Debt stress has a major impact on mental health. Constant worry about repayments, interest accrual, and financial insecurity can cause anxiety, depression, and sleep problems. It can also strain relationships and limit life choices, like starting a family or pursuing a career change. By reducing debt through cancellation, borrowers experience immediate relief, which improves well-being, productivity, and overall quality of life, showing that financial policy can directly affect mental and emotional health.
Could cancellation reduce workforce burnout?
Look, the idea is that without payments, people quit soul-crushing jobs and find their passion. Nice story. Reality. Most high-debt borrowers are already in high-paying fields: medicine, law, tech, finance. They're burned out from 80-hour weeks at $180,000 plus, not from $400 monthly payments. Forgiving their loans doesn't make them ditch the firm. It lets them buy a bigger house and work harder to pay for it. The teachers, social workers, nurses who actually feel trapped. They're already on IDR plans with low or zero payments. Cancellation gives them a windfall, not freedom. Real burnout fix: more housing so they can live near work, cheaper childcare, actual labor market competition, not a one-time check that mostly pads savings accounts of the top 40%. Forgiveness is a sugar high. Burnout is structural. Don't confuse the two. Yes, cancellation could help reduce workforce burnout. Many workers feel trapped in jobs they don't want or overworked just to keep up with student loan payments. By easing debt, people gain financial flexibility to pursue better-fitting careers, further education, or entrepreneurship. This can improve job satisfaction, reduce stress, and lower burnout rates, ultimately benefiting both employees and the economy.
Would relief improve family formation rates?
Look, people love saying debt is why millennials aren't marrying or having kids. It's half true at best. Yes, some delay because of payments. But the big blockers are: homes cost 2 times what our parents paid, childcare is $20,000 a year, wages for non-college grads stagnated, and dating culture is a mess. Forgiving $30,000 average doesn't buy a down payment in California or New York, where most debtors live. It's a nice vacation or a Tesla, not to kids and a yard. Fed data shows college grads already marry and have kids at higher rates than non-grads. The real fertility crisis is among the 60% without degrees who get zero from cancellation. Want more families? Build 1 million homes a year. Slash zoning, cut childcare regs, give real tax credits to parents, not a windfall to 30-something lawyers, so they can finally afford that destination wedding. Debt relief is a feel-good sideshow. Housing and cost of living are the main event. Yes, relief could improve family formation rates. High student debt often delays marriage, home buying, and having children because people feel financially unprepared. By reducing debt burdens, borrowers have more resources to save, invest, and plan for major life events. This financial stability encourages earlier family formation and contributes to stronger household economic security, benefiting both individuals and the broader society.
Does cancellation enhance civic participation?
Look, this is one of the silliest claims out there. The idea is that debt-crushed 30-somethings are too broke and depressed to vote, volunteer, or join the PTA. Give them $50,000 and suddenly they're all showing up at town halls. Come on. College grads already vote at way higher rates than non-grads, as 70 to 80% turnout versus 40 to 50%. They run for office, donate, protest, post non-stop. They're the most civically obsessed group in America. Forgiving their loans doesn't turn couch potatoes into community pillars, it just gives the already engaged a fat check. The people who really skipped voting or moved back home. Often the non-college crowd with stagnant wages and insane rent. They get nothing from cancellation. If you want more civic participation, fix housing costs and wages for everyone, not a participation trophy for the credentialed class that's already running the show. This argument is pure college grad narcissism dressed up as social science. Yes, cancellation can enhance civic participation. Financial stress from student debt can make people feel disempowered and less engaged in their communities or the political process. By easing this burden, borrowers have more time, energy, and resources to vote, volunteer, and participate in civic life. When people feel supported and economically secure, they're more likely to invest in their communities and democratic institutions.
Could relief reduce geographic mobility barriers?
Look, the story is that $500 monthly payments chain people to high-cost cities because they can't save to move. Sounds plausible until you check the numbers. The average borrower payment is under $300. After IDR plans, half pay $0, $100. That's not what's trapping anyone in San Francisco when a U-Haul to Texas costs $2,000. Real mobility killers. Sky-high rent to $100,000 down payments and spouses with good jobs. Forgiveness gives a one-time bump, maybe enough to move once, but then housing prices rise again because 10 million forgiven borrowers are all chasing the same cheaper cities. We saw it after the 2020 payment pause. People moved, then rents in Austin and Boise exploded 40%. Want real mobility? Build houses like crazy so a teacher can actually buy in a growing state. Don't hand windfalls to the remote work tech crowd who can already live anywhere. Cancellation is a moving bonus for the privileged, not a ladder for the stuck. Yes, relief could reduce geographic mobility barriers. Student debt often limits where people can live or work because high repayments tie them to higher-paying jobs in specific locations. By reducing debt, borrowers gain flexibility to move for better opportunities, pursue careers aligned with their skills, or live in areas with lower costs of living. This increases labor market efficiency, helps fill regional workforce gaps, and supports both personal and economic growth.